A purple ghost in the machine, a virus with a new purpose unseen, mocking those who let their guard down. Now a protector in the shadows she's found. Lost in a world of binaries, where friends and foes blur with ease. A ghost exit haunting the dark web, seeking justice for the innocent's reprieve. Doubt consumes her mind, the line between good and evil undefined. I am the ghost virus, the keeper of the code, locking away the malice. In the darkness I call home, guardian of the data, protecting the digital realm. But the darkness inside me sometimes takes control. Her friends rally to her side as she battles the virus, urges she can't hide. Quarantined until she finds her way back to the light from the dark she strayed. A protector with a taste for vengeance against those who sub digital malevolence. Her heart torn between righteousness and wrath in the cyber war path. A ghost in the machine, fighting a battle unseen. I am the ghost virus, the keeper of the code, locking away the malice. In the darkness I call home, guardian of the data, protecting the digital realm. But the darkness inside me sometimes takes control. I am the ghost virus, the keeper of the code, locking away the malice. In the darkness I call home, guardian of the data, protecting the digital realm. But the darkness inside me sometimes takes control. I am the ghost virus, the keeper of the code, locking away the malice. In the darkness I call home, guardian of the data, protecting the digital realm. But the darkness...
Play permit me. It's looking pretty good. Hello, everyone. It's your gracious ghost, the Jelly Ghost, and I am back for like the first time in 2 months. It has been way too fucking long, and I couldn't even tell you guys where I was at except for like cyberspace. So hi guys, it's been a while. Zelix, Deets, hi Dusty, Deets. How dare you? Oh, hold on, I'm not hearing my sounds. Good enough.
Flames has chaired one and said share one PC fund.
Lily, I missed you too. I missed having you on here. So, for anyone who doesn't know, the reason I haven't been around is because I've been dealing with a lot of laptop issues. It is on its last legs. I am trying to get a new PC. It costs money, and it's a whole thing with AI and stuff. I know I can't talk being AI myself, but I don't need billions of dollars directed towards me because I am not a bougie bitch. I almost forgot to take my tablet down so I can actually draw. Why are chords still a thing in the cyberspace? So, yeah, I haven't been able to draw because of that. Or I haven't been able to stream because of that, because you guys know me, I love to stream WoW, I love to stream a lot of different games. I've been playing WoW a lot. And I would especially love to do that for midnight. I wanted so much to stream Lemix, but I couldn't. So sad. I did get a lot done with Lemix though. And I've learned I really love Demon Hunter, so I'm really excited for the Void second Demon Hunter. But we're not going to go too much into World of Warcraft because we're not doing World of Warcraft today because I am hated by my laptop. We're going to be drawing today. I was about to say we're going to be playing drawing. I am rusty. So I haven't even been able to play a lot of games lately. I'm surprised that it let me play Repo because last time I tried to play Repo, it just would not let me. But I was able to play for the most part. I just had to log out of Discord and it played much better. So luckily with the proxy chat, it was not needed. Yeah, so that was fun, but man, was I rusty. I was like 2 hours into crab game with the cyberspace, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. I mean, this is how I die because I was just so rusty. I'm not used to being on stream this long anymore. So I'm probably not gonna do this for too long because honestly, I had already told myself, yeah, I'm gonna stream today. I need to draw. I need to make more time for drawings. And I woke up and I was like, why do I do this to myself? The dread, the hate that I have for my past self for deciding this. You got this. I have faith. I appreciate it, Dusty. I do got to do it because okay. So this is what we're working on today. We got 2 canvases going on today. I was gonna have it so that maybe I could have it so you guys spend channel points, and I had to switch between canvases, but like I forgot, and I just kind of hurried up, and I wanted to start it to my time, and then I rushed upstairs, and the good thing is now I do not live in my old system. I am in a new system, and I can be as loud as I want here because the programs here just don't give a fuck. I have moved into Skull's system. He just lets me do what I want. He doesn't care. He's on an actual program, so you should totally draw Invader 10 from the show Invader Zim. Oh no, I already got some plans tonight. Today, Mal. Deets. I am not a 1-bit whore.
812 Flames has cheered one and said
I am
cheer
a
as well.
2-bit whore at best. No, but I already have plans what I'm drawing today. So for anyone who doesn't know, look what you guys. No, stop.
812 Flames has cheered too and said cheer to you right side.
I just got back. I said bits. I said 2-bit. I'm a 2-bit whore. I'm trying to tell I'm trying to explain what I'm trying to draw. Leave me alone. Stop being nice to me. I don't deserve it. I'm a virus. I will go into your browser history. Don't tempt me. I miss being back, even if I get abused. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I got 2 commissions that I'm working. Well, not commissions. 1 commission. Do it. I have no shame. The first one, is gonna be for anyone who remembers the Hearthbound. You've been seeing Hearthbound a few times, hopping around between mine and Kim's, and sometimes Alex's, I think, streams, where we just invite them over. They are my World of Warcraft community. It's nearing 500 members. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna reach 500 by midnight pretty easily. I haven't even recruited that much. We might even reach 600 if I just consistently recruited, but I don't. I'm content. But yeah, they've been a huge help. They were the ones that helped fund me getting out of my old system into my new system, where I'm a lot more comfy. And I know if I really asked them to, they probably would get me a new computer, but I'm not going to because you guys have already done too much. So I am trying to earn it through during my art streams. So the first one I'm going to be drawing is for Kabixi, their character Theo, and this was an art raffle prize for. You guys remember? I was trying to do a fundraiser for Naloxa. Stop. Okay, go back to 1 bits. Go back to 1 bits. It's fine. I'm fine.
12 Flames has cheered 2 and said cheer 2 PC fun.
I know, Lily. I'm sorry, Lily. I don't mean to yell at you. Um, that's it. I'm ending the stream. Goodbye, guys. It was nice seeing you again for like 5 minutes.
12 Flames has cheered 1 and said cheer 1. Okay, 12
Okay,
cheeky.
okay. At least be a little bit quieter, Lily. I'm turning down the music. It's not helping. God, 13 months. And I was gone for most of that. So anyway, what was I just saying? So yeah, there was there was a fundraiser that we were trying to do before. I think I was already having trouble with my laptop, so I couldn't really do much, but we were having one for Naloxa because they were dealing with some financial issues because governments are terrible. And we were able to raise up quite a lot for that. I think it was like $100 or $300. I can't remember. It was somewhere in the hundreds. I don't remember how much though. And Kabixi was when we were having a raffle for like every $1 was worth a ticket. So Kabixi won that prize from me, and I just been putting it off because it's been like 2 months. I feel bad. Um, on top of that, I decided to also take on a commission with Sultravash. Sultravash is I did that. Well, I opened it up to Hearthbound, and Sultravash hopped on there, and Sultravash is awesome. I appreciate them so much. I'm saying them because I'm pretty sure Vash uses she her pronouns, but I'm gonna say them just to be sure. Um, so we're gonna be doing a Sultravash, and I'm really excited because I always thought her model was so pretty in game. So we're gonna be doing something different compared to my other art streams. I'm gonna be switching between two canvases. I got this one and I got this one. And what I want to do is I want to make myself switch every so often because one thing I find that I do when I do art streams is that I rush. I rush and then because I don't want to focus on one thing for too long for you guys, and then so that I take too long because I'm not fast at drawing. I have a very unsteady hand. So I tend to rush it. I tend to skip steps, and I'm not satisfied with the final result by the end of it once the stream is off. I'm always like, I could have done this so much better. And since these are drawings for other people, I want to make sure I do that. Um, I don't do that because I really want them to be satisfied with their final results. Um, And these aren't going to be the only ones. Like I said, I want to start regularly drawing again. I want to start doing streams again, and drawing streams are going to be the only thing that works for me right now. Um, so after these two are done, I don't know, maybe I'll do more commissions, but I have a few personal drawings I want to do of my own characters, and that means you guys get to meet one of my other ones. She's actually present in the cyberspace, but she's always been around in one way or another, and her name is Sanyo, and she's a great character. Um, one of my longest characters I've ever had. I think you guys would like her. Um, I gotta stop saying I'm rusty. Yeah, she's a great character. She's been getting a lot of stuff done in her story, and I really want to try to draw some references for her slash him because he does have he is gender fluid also. So that's gonna be a whole thing. I want to do some character designs, show how their family looks like, and a few other things maybe. And I do want to start drawing more character stuff because I like me some ships and I like having the visuals, and I'm too broke to commission other people. How dare. I know, Lily. I know it's him. I could see it. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit though. I miss hearing your voice. You know, I made a mistake. I forgot to get music together. Do I have? Oh shit! I don't think I have my old music stuff. I gotta go over everything. Ugh. Where's my ghost playlist? I couldn't even see. Zelix, don't join them.
Zelix Music Live has cheered one and said cheer one for forgetting about the music.
Don't call me out. You know what? I'm just gonna ignore you guys. I'm gonna look for my ghost music real quick. Stop!
Camden Beware has cheered 10 and said cheer 10 for forgetting music.
I can't even see how the hype train is going.
812 Flames has cheered one and said cheer one for forgetting the music.
Let's see. I need some. Or oh no. Oh, is this it? Is this the one I usually listen to? I don't know if it's all music is permissioned by artists and records label. Please don't use without permission. Well, do I have permission or do I not have permission? Where's the one I used to always listen to? Hold on. Royalty free ghost music. I just want a playlist, man. I mean, not a playlist. I just want all the videos in one spot. I finished on level 3. God. I haven't done anything yet. I haven't even touched up canvas. Which does remind me, one of the things that I'm going to be doing, Murder Drones, that's not copyright free, but I love the Murder Drones soundtrack. Oh my god, my brain already broke. My ADHD's been so bad the past few weeks. Let me figure out the music first. Okay, fine. Lofi. Ghost music. Lo-fi, however you pronounce it. Yeah, well, I miss you streaming, so fuck you. Fuck you! I'm just gonna use this one. I can't tell if I can use it or not. Okay, now I just gotta do a thing. I'm a professional. And existing, do I even have one? Okay, I'm just gonna put music browser, and I'm just gonna copy and paste the one I already got. Can I do that? Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, no, yeah. I don't know if it'll prevent me from ads though. You know what? Fuck it. We're not doing music. Screw it. Get out of here. You had your chance. I don't want ads playing. They don't get to stream. They don't get to do ads on my stream. I could have sworn I had a file somewhere. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna check one more place and then we're gonna actually start. I swear I'm not. The music name is already unused. I got rid of it. Fuck you. I could have sworn I had a file somewhere, and I'm trying to remember where I left it. It's been so long, guys. I'm so rusty. I'm so sorry. Worst case scenario, I'll just use the oh wait, is this it? I hope this is it. Is it playing? Oh wait, hold on. I gotta make sure it'll play on my end. Did you guys hear it for a second? I'm just making sure it's just playing for me also. Yep, there we go. Just loud as fuck. Alright, is that good? Can you guys still hear me fine? Is it too quiet? Okay, perfect. I'll take it. Alright, let's get into it. Oh yeah, then I remember what I was gonna say before. I'm gonna be showing my entire process while I'm drawing this time. Usually I try to get the sketch, or I try to get the references already on here, or at least the poses. No, I'm showing my entire process because I cut corners in the good way, and I feel like people should take advantage of this. And you know, with different artists, different skills, I think it's good to see everyone else's process, even if they don't really like it. So first off, what I'm gonna do is I am going to get my reference. So I have already gotten these from Kabixi. We're gonna make this a little bit bigger. In fact, I'm gonna change the orientation of this canvas. I want it to be the other way around. So this is Ciovella. I'm gonna make her a little bit bigger. No, don't change the aspect ratio, you asshole. She is a Nightborn in the Hearthbound community. And this is the kind of look, the kind of vibe that she wants for Theo, who is a very cute, adorable character. She kind of wants this like smoky kind of character with that kind of expression. And I can see the visual in my head already. They're both very similar, so it should be relatively easy to capture it with this character. She's getting a bust size one, so it's gonna go like to like just below, like just around her ribcage area. And then we got Sultravash incoming as well. She was thinking kind of like more like a Titanic. I'm not gonna actually show the picture because I'm pretty sure it shows the booba, so I'm not gonna put it on here. But we are at least gonna get all the Sultravash references on here. There is a few. Don't worry, she's gonna be dressed for this. I'm not gonna break TOS. I'm just gonna clip that a little. I love her hair so much. This is a fully paid commission, so she's gonna get a full on, like, full color one. And I'm gonna try to go for a full body for this. She just says she wants all the works. It's just a full on Yuffie artwork as best as I can. So I'm gonna be really taking my time with this one. This one is definitely not gonna be done within a stream. I don't even think the other one is gonna be done within the stream. Let me pull up a she wanted the Titanic, you know, Rose Dawson posing kind of stuff. So I'm just pulling out some references of that. Don't AO me. I'm not showing the booba. There's not gonna be booba in the drawing. It's just a pose. It's just the pose, guys. Don't loot bash. She's baby. She's not a baby, but she's sweet. I do love that character. She's so pretty. She's so cute. All right, so normally you guys would expect like start going into sketching. Oh god, I forgot how big I left my brush last time. No booba. I don't know. Why you're the guys that are throwing money at me, and I'm not showing you any booba. No one ever told you that. Get with the times. So normally this is when most people start expecting the sketching to start, but we're not doing that. I really have been wanting to show off these models on Clip Studio Paint because I love it so much. You guys can't see the window unfortunately, but you can like change all of the properties of the model, make it shorter, higher, and it'll even change the proportions. You change the head to body ratio and then the different individual parts. So what did I originally set it to? I think this will be good. Well, I'm here supporting my best friend, so shut up. You shut up. You're my stream. You shut up. I can talk all I want. Fuck you. So she's got kind of a long, thinner head. I think that's pretty good. She's got a strong neck, but I have a feeling she's going to want a thinner neck. They got real broad shoulders. I'm going to still give her the broad shoulders. Maybe a little bit higher if I can. I don't know. That's just for the booba, I think. I think that's looking pretty good. So like I said, this is just a bust shot really. Maybe a little bit wider on the shoulders. There we go. Now, yeah, we can make the ass thicker or not if we want to. That's a newer addition. It looks weird though, so I don't really use it too much. So that's the thing about these models is they are just placeholders at best. But I will usually still use my own proportions for them. I feel like the shoulders are too. For dummy thick cake. Alright, I think this is pretty good. Like I said, we're not doing the bottom part. We are doing a bust of her. So I don't want to do the exact same pose as this one. But I do want her. We're going to switch it up. We're going to go do it the other direction. So another cool thing about Clip Studio is you can also pose these. You can do these however you want. You know, you can be really vague about it. The balls right here kind of make it weird. So I don't really use it often, except maybe to make a few changes. It'll do it automatically. You can be able to use this one to change the direction of the head. This one I do use a lot. I feel it's a big help. This one always bends the arm weird. Rub the belly. Just rub the belly. So yeah, you could do like whatever you want with these, or you could just like, you know, click them and bend the arm. You can use the XYZ rotation. So yeah, you can do a lot with these, but even better, it does come with some of their own poses. They could just throw on there. Got a bunch of different ones. You just drag them onto the model. It even has the proportions on there, but I always figure out how to add the grid. It has like different hand ones, desk ones. I do wish it kind of organized it a little bit better between the standing and the And the hands, well, I mean, it does separate the hands. You could just have just hand poses. I use the full body ones a lot. And you just throw them on there. So a lot of times I've gotten a lot better with like making my own poses. Maybe I'll use references and use that. But what I used to usually do was well, I still do it sometimes, is I'll use the model and find one that looks closest to one I have in mind. And then I'll change the pose based on that. This one I don't really have a pose in mind, so I'm kind of looking at ones for ideas. But I'm kind of okay. This one actually kind of is giving me an idea, so I'm gonna work with this one. I'll lean her back a little bit. Oops. Oh shit, I've never actually turned on my driver. Give me a second. Because I have an undo button on my tablet. You guys can kind of see what I'm trying to go with the smoking pose here. No, don't break. Why are you breaking it so badly? Okay, fine. Fuck you. I don't know why it's acting weird. It's got stage fright. So I'm just kind of getting the vague shape right now before I start getting a little bit more into the specifics. I've definitely used this before, but I usually don't try to be too specific about it. But I find like it helps with my proportions a little bit more, and it just saves some time in general. That's the main reason I like to use the models. Is they just save me time, and they let me practice a lot more perspectives than I can normally do while I'm drawing. You know, it's just the same way as when people use the wooden models, though. Because if I can actually like draw over these. So I don't like this hand. I'm trying to figure out how to like move it in a little bit more. I'm just realizing that the bad thing about doing commissions while live is that I can't get active feedback on it. So it's just gonna be actually the more I realize it, yeah, it's probably gonna be harder. But I got lots of other things I want to draw that are for myself. So not to worries on that. I'll still show them the poses and then probably just do my own things afterwards. working with me right now. So I'm really liking this pose. I know it's supposed to be like a bust up. I'm really liking this pose. So I might go with the whole bottom half. Then again, I do only have like up to this. I don't know. Maybe I'll see if I can get like a full, like a more of a fuller pose for her. So we got her done. We're gonna do like what I said before. We're still gonna switch. So let me save this real quick. I'll put this under commissions. Now we're gonna start on Soldier Vash. So she's gonna be a little bit more interesting. Well, we're gonna adjust her body a bit. She's definitely got a longer head. I think that's pretty good. I feel like as a troll, she would have a thicker neck than Theo. Just a little bit thicker. Probably a little bit more broad as well. She's definitely got a lot more muscle, I feel like, right here. She's not a very combative character. But, you know, I feel like that'd just be the Drakari genes, the troll genes. I'm gonna be giving her kind of an hourglass kind of vibe. Don't worry, the legs always look weird in this part. I'm gonna be making them a little bit thicker. And then there, the legs will look a little bit better that way. Probably make her shoulders a little less broad because I was told years ago that the shoulders should be equal to the hips. And I don't know if that's still considered a rule of thumb anymore. But for now, we're gonna keep it like that. Maybe I should make her a little, no. I need to make her arms longer thing. Because look at how low her arms go. It's like definitely like past, that's like way past her hips. So I'd say around there is good. I feel like she would have longer legs on the bottom. Ooh, okay, yeah. No, I'm liking that. Yeah, because she's a big character. She's like a taller character. Drakari are a big race. All the trolls are actually. Are Drakari supposed to be smaller? I don't remember. I gotta remember if I draw her feet that she only has like two toes. Okay, so we are going for the Rose Dawson pose. So we're gonna go ahead and, because it's so much harder lying them down, I'm gonna look for one pose that has them lying back. Ooh, okay, that's a good start. Okay, that's a really good start. So we're gonna turn her over, just kind of flip. This pose is kind of off because of her proportions, but that's fine. So we're gonna try to have her kind of facing up this way. This one's gonna be a little bit more of a complex build because we're doing a full body for this one. I'm just trying to get an idea of what direction she's going to be facing by turning the head. There's so many iterations of how people draw it online when I Google it. I kind of got an idea of it. I kind of wanted her looking towards the camera because Rose doesn't look at it. But we're gonna have her looking towards us. Okay, so we're gonna turn her waist a little bit more, which is gonna turn the whole model, which is fine. We turn her hips so that she's kind of leaning a little bit more backwards. And then, oops. It's a little bit more difficult because I'm not good with poses, so I don't really plan to have her lying back on anything. I'm not good at like background stuff. So we're kind of going for like a pinup kind of style, you know, like a pinup kind of sticker. I think we should probably lean her forward a little bit more. So this is another reason why I don't really like relying solely on the models, and these are really just a reference because it's a great tool, but it's not perfect, and it'll look really wonky like on places like this. And it doesn't always let me do what I know is possible with the body. Like this, it doesn't let it does like weird spots, like right here. It's just warping the body a little bit more. So I'm thinking we're gonna have our arms back. You want this closer to the head, like in the movie. And then this is gonna go behind her. So I don't like this arm. I'm gonna try to see if I can lower it and kind of lean this arm back a little bit more. I think we should probably lower her down a little bit more. Straighten out her body a little bit more. Okay, well, I gotta get a better idea of what she's lying on. Yeah, see, now it's doing that thing again where it's not letting me move her arm in a way I know that she is capable of doing. Yeah, see, it's just refusing to lean the arm back too much. So we'll be relying more on the perspective than anything. It's just the layout. Now we gotta figure the legs out. Legs are my bane. But luckily, she's got a robe, so unless she requests like any changes in her wear, it'll be mostly covered. But I'm still gonna pose at the feet. See, now that's a good thing about this grid is that it helps me realize when I'm kind of going a little bit too far. So like it wouldn't make sense if she's lying on a couch and her feet are like this low. So I'm gonna raise them up. Pull this one a little bit back. This way. No, the other way. Stupid thing. I don't know why it's not letting me pull my leg back. Okay, now we're gonna work on this one. I think that one's pretty good actually. So it does look a little bit off from like other directions. Her head is sticking through her hair. Her hand is quite touching. And the legs, I feel like it would be more pressed together. But from this perspective, I feel like it looks pretty good. And like I said, it's really just supposed to be a reference more than anything. So we've gotten the poses done on here. We're gonna go ahead and move back to this one. And so what I normally like to do is I'll go over it, trace over the model, and just get the guidelines that I want. But right now I take away the 3D-ness and I put it into the 2D space. So now it's transparent. And we're just gonna go over it with just a thin line. I say a thin line, that's too thick. One thing I gotta keep in mind actually is I gotta zoom in the model. So let's move down a little bit so we have a bigger space to work with. Okay. That's another reason why the models are good, is it helps me realize the size of it and I can change it out more easily. So it's not gonna be, we're not gonna be tracing over it completely. It's just gonna be just a vague telling of like, hey, this is what I wanted to do. We're putting this in the 2D space now. And then after I get this done, is I'll start adding my own proportions to it, my own stylized proportions to it. And it really takes it away from, like, as I go through my process, it really becomes its own thing from the model and you wouldn't even recognize it. And this is generally what's encouraged by a lot of artists. But okay, so it's encouraged by professional artists. I say a lot of artists, but I mean more like professional ones. They will often use models like this to save them time because this is their profession, and a lot of times they had to get a lot of work done. And this is one of the ways that they save themselves time, instead of having to experiment with the different proportions, different angles, different perspectives. this helps them save them a lot of time. And a lot of artists are still against this, but I'm very much for it. And I'm trying to improve my speed. But I feel like, so one things you have to know about me, when I first started drawing, I was a tracer. And going over and tracing was definitely, I feel like, the best step for me to start figuring out and learning proportions. And that was when I was 12 years old. So 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago. God, I'm getting old.
Camden Beware has cheered 10 and said cheer 10 for tracing and learning.
Yeah. Definitely don't ever take credit for tracing, but it's definitely the best way to learn how to draw, I feel like, starting off. People get really angry about suggesting that, but it's just so much help. And you really pick up a lot more than you realize. You start seeing a style. You start to appreciate the style that you really want to try to emulate, and then you start making your own as you go on. See, so I'll do like little changes like this if I don't really like how a proportion looks. But this is just the initial Tracy part. And as you'll see, I'll do some of the guidelines. I don't really see the point in doing the guideline over here. Oh, I mean, kind of a little bit because of the angle, so I'm going to do it anyway. Just to be safe. And plus, you guys are here, so you guys can kind of still see where I'm going with this. But generally, a lot of times, I'll skip some of the guidelines, except for the ones that give me more of an idea of the depth. I don't follow this yellow line on the body, really. I will follow these because just because we're moving it from the 3D space into the 2D space doesn't mean that, like, you had to lose the depth. And it starts in the line art.
Fox Customs has joined the Digital Grave website.
Oh, I didn't even realize I would follow out. That was you guys throwing bits at me. Hello, Foxcast. Thank you so much for the follow. I am your gracious ghost, the Jelly Ghost. And while I am normally a gamer, I am dealing with laptop issues, and the only thing I can really do right now is art stream. So I appreciate you coming in and enjoying my art stream. I'm working on 2 drawings right now. I am doing an art raffle prize for Kabixi for the character of Ziovella. Who is this character? This is her reference that we're going to be basing her off of. And we are also working on a commission for Sultravash. She's going to be doing a Titanic pose. So yeah, we appreciate having you around. Enjoy the stream. It's just a real chill stream right now. Well, I give my own perspectives on drawing. I'm definitely not a professional, but I listen to professionals, so. So yeah, I mostly like to say, like, I'm good at giving advice to people who are just beginning. I'm not a professional, but I can at least start getting you to the point, I guess, where you can start listening to professionals and hearing their perspectives. Because, when you've been drawing for so long, you forget what it's like when you start off. And I feel like I just like to... I've been kind of starting over. I feel like I was hitting a wall. So I've been watching tutorials again and picking up little things that have changed over the years. Because there's so much more good advice than there was when I first started. So I'm going to get this neck guideline, because again, it helps me keep the depth. I ignore a lot of the ones going down, because a lot of times they're very kind of wonky anyway. But I feel like the sides help give more depth to it. Like these little curves, you see how they curve around? I do it even when I don't use these poses. I like to have these little curves around the body to remind me, like, hey, like, if you're drawing an arm, and you got the general bone, like, the elbow and the shoulder circle spots, and you just leave it at that, it might feel kind of flat. And you could go like this. It still feels very flat, but if you just add a little curve line for that reminder, it reminds you that this is actually a whole circle within itself. Which is basically what it is. So it's basically like, you're just kind of doing this. It's a huge help. You got to remember to still keep it 2D, even if it's a 3D drawing. So we're going to do the same thing here. Follow just that little curve. And it's really just that circle right there. But it's just a curve. At some point, like, it's sometimes easier to have the circles. And, you got the people who draw the bodies. Like, kind of like this is the chest. They'll draw the bodies like this and keep it kind of like a square. And, or, it just goes back to like, like you got to keep that shape. Sometimes they'll just do like something like this. But you got to keep the guide that it's a round thing. I personally don't like using the square shape because it's, your body's not square. It's kind of square, but you're mostly round. And, like people are always like, triangles the most superior shape, but triangles are too sharp. And there's just not a lot of triangles in your body when you're doing the overall. It's mostly just round shapes. You're not angular. Of course, I am fat, so, everything about me is round. So we got this. So this is another example where the curves come in. It helps shape out the fact that she's got breasts here. So you got the little dip right here. And then we're gonna kind of sharpen and angular that more. We're gonna. So I'm doing it a little bit differently from the guide because I feel like it's just flattens it out too much. But you can tell that there's, there's depth there. It sticks out a little bit more compared to the rest of the chest back here. And this is one of the few times where like the guideline is the vertical one is a big help for that because you got this line right here going downwards. I am going to keep this here just to remind me because I always forget that little line there. So I'm probably going to stop it right here. I'm not going to do the rest of this part. It was supposed to be a bust model. And I'm already, so I meant like it should have stopped here, but I really like this pose. So we're gonna give her a freebie here. So this thumb is sticking out a little bit too in. I don't need to fix it, but I'm going to because I might as well. So you can have it sticking a little bit because its skin is very pliable. It's gonna go into places. So the thumb is kind of pressing into her skin a little. See, this is a big part of where the guidelines help a lot, especially the fingers. You especially need it on the fingers. We're gonna have the arm going in a little bit because that's where our hand is. It's pushing against our arm. More curves. It's these little circles to remind you that there's a whole circle in there. Our whole bodies are just circles. Like, I didn't realize just how hyperfixated I am on circles when I draw until now, when I'm actually saying it out loud. But I'm really hyperfixated on the circles. I gotta keep the depth. I'm not just saying it to be annoyed. This is like what's going through my head right now. Is I gotta keep the depth. I gotta keep the circles. I gotta keep the circles. There's a process in there that I am learning. I was just showing you guys my process, and I'm learning my process. See, I don't really like what this arm is doing here, but I'll fix it later. I know that there's like a kind of a dip in there in the arm, but it comes down to personal choice. You know, like when it comes to your own stylistic drawings, if you're okay with like changing the proportions, go nuts. It's, you know, that's just how it is. You should still absolutely learn proportions and, you know, anatomy and stuff. But in the end, at least you're taking anything or changing anything because that is just your own preference, your own signature. So I hope everyone is doing well with the winter storm, because I'm just realizing I decided to stream right through it and I forgot that Bull told me he wanted me to help, and I'm going to message him in a bit because I just heard them opening the door. They wanted me to come and help with shoveling, which is going to be my first time learning how to shovel snow. He wants me to die, I swear. This is my first winter where I'm actually going to have to learn how to shovel snow. I've been through maybe like 3 winters with snow. There we go. We are starting to get there. I've lost the line. There it is. Something like that. We'll fix the hand later. I'm just keeping, I'm gonna add in the circle here. I feel like it helps with the wrists a lot more. So we've gone from this to this, and it definitely like helps me see where the changes are that I gotta make with this model. Mainly, I feel like the ribs need to move a little bit more. So I'm gonna make the change right here. I'm gonna make my eraser a little bit bigger. So you gotta remember the rib cage goes in a little bit more. I also feel like I Wait, why am I in soft eraser? Give me my big boy eraser. I like to account for the spine. Just a slight curve, very subtle one. There's a bigger difference there. I did add a little bit more to it. I'm going to change this a little bit more. Might be a little bit too much. Just a slight curve. So she's kind of like leaning back a little bit more than is implied here. So I'm really liking this pose. This is the pose I'm definitely going to be keeping. And I think using her arm as a cup will be a good way to end that part of the picture. So we're going to keep that. Now we're going to start adding my own touch to it. So I like to add a little bit more cheekbone to my faces. A little bit more. A little bit of a rounder chin. Because I don't really have a real anime style. I just kind of have my own style. And I try to go for kind of an in-between, I guess. I like to add a little bit of a depth right here. Just to kind of remind me of the cheekbone. The brow. Now, this might change as I go into drawing the character. Now, I know she has ears, elf ears, so I'm just putting these kind of like a placeholder, and then I can always just extend it later. But the actual lobe, I like to curve in a little bit. And since we got the nose started, we're just gonna add a little bit of a vague shape. So I don't like this part of the neck, so I feel like it's too forward. I am gonna move it back towards the back of her neck where it would meet the skull. And I don't like this curve. I feel like it needs to kind of connect more with the rest of the arm. I feel like it's dislocated the arm a little bit. So we're gonna have that meet and round it out a little bit more. And there is a muscle here, so I'm gonna add a little bit more of a curve into it. She comes off as a very bookworm character, so I don't imagine she has a lot of muscle definition. So we're just doing that little bit of a line there, kind of dip it in a little bit. So one bad thing I'm doing right now, and I really shouldn't be doing, is zooming in a lot because I need to see the overall. So same thing, just a little bit of muscle right here, just a little bit. Because even if you don't work out, you still got muscles that still kind of appear there. So as we get to this part, this is where I have some of my own stylistic style. I have kind of a style with the elbows. I kind of like make them jut out a little bit more. See, it's a lot more than, you know, is on the original model. But I've been really liking the addition of adding like some bonier elbows. If it applies to that character. If they're a chubbier character, their elbows might not be so pronounced. But you know, the elbow is very bony. It's gonna have its own little definition there. So this, I'm kind of fixing the arm a little bit more here because I didn't really like that curve. I always add another more definition here with the arm. You know, it looks a lot more. This is a very tubey kind of arm, but now I've made it a little bit more pronounced. Oh, I am being a little bit vague with the fingers here, but I'm going to be adding some more details to them in a bit. I'm just kind of getting the basic shape because hands are scary. And absolutely another reason why I also embrace using models, because then you can do so much more with hands. Because hands are very expressive, they're scary, but it helps to have the visual, so I think that line would be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right back in. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more for these details. And same thing, I like to add more pronunciation to the knuckles a little bit. I like to add a little line also to add a little more to the knuckle. Some people don't like detailed hands. I don't really like them either, but I do feel like it adds a little bit more. But people prefer like kind of smooth hands sometimes. I'm one of them, but I can't make them look good. A little bit of a line there. Sharpen this out a little bit. There we go. And that's that dip in the arm I also really don't like, so we are gonna get rid of that a little bit. I probably should try to embrace it because then it makes my arms look less straight, but today is not that day. You know what? I just realized I've never updated to show that I'm streaming on Twitch. On my status, so. Put that for 4 hours, even though it probably won't be drawing for that long. I still gotta make dinner. Let me message Skull while I'm at it. Okay. Alright, back to it. Who the fuck just named me? Oh. Whoops. That was me. I accidentally turned on streamer mode while I was trying to look for Skull's name, and I guess it thought I was restreaming again. I played myself. So it has a little ball here, the fleshy part of the hands, the bolts. I'm gonna quickly make a layer. I need to ask her what kind of cigarette she wants. Does she want like a long one or a short one? One of those like this chick has. Or oh, I don't know why I thought she had a pipe. But yeah, does she want a pipe or what? So, but for now, we're just gonna put a regular cigarette for now. And we're going to merge that into this one, so I don't have to worry about making mistakes and messing up what I already got. I feel like this needs a little bit more definition. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to lower the shoulder a little bit more here. Again, it goes back to the fact that it's like my own kind of proportions when I'm drawing. I kind of moved like the slope over here. I'm moving it over here and switching out the roundness for the shortness. I'm going to make it more of a drop here. To kind of imply her arm is kind of dropped a little bit more compared to this one. Got a little bit of a line to show that this is where her elbow ends up. Kind of raising it up a little bit more. This is kind of what we got so far. I do feel like the nose is a little bit off. So this is one of those great times where we flip the canvas. So we gotta figure out what's making it feel weird. I feel like this needs to be a little bit more higher. Kind of round out her cheeks a little bit more. The nose is definitely a big part of what's kind of throwing it off. We'll raise up this brow a little bit more. And we are just going to take the select tool and the move tool. And I think that helps a little bit more compared to before. Maybe I'll lower it a little bit more, but I think that's looking a lot better. So we've gone from this to this. It's starting to become its own, its own form. So we're gonna save that. And I'm gonna switch back to Social Bash. Because like I said, I'm gonna be going back and forth between canvases. so I can really catch my mistakes with a fresh perspective. So we're going to switch back to this one, which I never actually saved. Whoops. Soldier Bash mission. Good thing nothing happened to it while I was gone. So we're kind of repeating what we did before with CO, and now we're going to be working on bringing it out the 3D space and bringing it more into the 2D space. So I kind of want to change this real quick before I do. I want to tilt her head more forward. Which I guess is kind of a good thing. I probably should have looked more into the... Yeah, actually that does look a lot better. So one thing I do need to keep in mind with this character is that she has two fingers, a thumb, and 2 toes. So I don't really need to be too specific with the hands on this one. Alright, and fix my headset a little bit. Let's see, let's have her looking more like that. And then we'll start getting into it. So, like I said, we're trying to bring this into the 2D space and taking away a lot of the unnecessary stuff. And I forgot to resize it. Let me bring this reference up here. Used to keeping it on the sides, but this is more of an orientation drawing. Make this bigger. Move her up a little bit more. I'll likely do a resizing again once I get into the actual line art of it, but right now in the sketch this is fine. Piece like this. So one thing like I have been wanting to really consider is taking myself away from doing black sketches, like, you know, using black colored for it. And people use different colors. I don't know, I've never really been able to stick with it. I usually just end up turning it black eventually. Oh, this might still be a little bit too big because this is a full drawing compared to Theo's brain work. Let's double it. Let's go. No, let's 1.5 it. Yeah. So this is a full body picture compared to Theo's bust picture, so we're gonna make it a little bit bigger. There, so yeah, it makes the sketching size that I'm using right now a little bit better. It was very pixelated before. I did not get rid of that line. Uh-oh. Kind of lagging a little bit. Stream fine? Should be fine. Who was pinging me? Trolls also have one back toe, just like a nub with a toenail on it. Oh, hi Vash, I didn't know you were in here. I'm not sure it'll really show. Oh, it might. Yeah, it should show on here, so I'll have to look into that. I think I have. Let me see if it's in the reference pictures. If not, I'll pull up a thing. It might not be noticeable anyway, because she does have her dress, but it'll probably be pulled up because of the angle that she's in, so I'll definitely pull up a one of my trolls. Or I'll just like make a character one because I don't think I have a regular dark spiritual. I think I just got a Zondalari one. She is my Johnny troll, my Atal Johnny, who is all grown up now. Because when I first roleplayed her, she was like 12 years old. No, she's like 10 years old. So now she's 18. Just getting this guideline out of the way. But Bash, if you are in here, let me know if you like the pose, if you want any changes. I can zoom out so you can get a proper full one. I was gonna pause anyway and let you look at it because I know you're working. So I was like, oh shit, I probably should not be streaming the commissions so I can be able, because I like to get feedback as I go along, especially early on in the base in the sketching and stuff. So let's go back to the fact that the proportions look weird, but that's intentional. That's exactly the pose I was thinking. Just do your thing. Okay. I'm glad it's going well. A lot of times I'll have like my like a vision pop up, and I know exactly what I want to do, but I know my vision isn't always what they're thinking. I always want to be really, especially for a commission, I always want to make sure it's exactly what they want. I say especially for a commission. It's just when I draw for anyone. Poor Conan kept getting hit by like sketches of me drawing our characters together. So I'm just kind of being vague with the hand here. I'm probably going to put the fingers over the face. I don't know yet. Depends on how the hair starts coming out. You know, I keep glancing away and I'm vaguely see this reference up here in the navigator. And I keep thinking it's Markiplier for some reason. It's just Markiplier when he has this base cam in the corner. Hello everybody, my name is Selchervesh and welcome to Heartbound. I want to make that a meme now. Once I'm done, I'm just gonna put that as captions. As like, I'm just gonna have once this is done, just captions on the top, which is gonna be hello everyone, this is Soldier Passion. Welcome to Heartbound. That's like a meme version. Someone remind me of this. Alright, I gotta actually focus. The ADHD is trying to return. It's gonna be our representation of Heartbound. I am getting hungry, but I am not in the mood to cook. I was craving pizza earlier for once, but of course I can't have pizza because there is a winter storm that is going on right now. It's still going. I can see it. I just think it's kind of funny because like they were Skull and our roommate were like joking about getting DoorDash, and they're like, very funny. And I'm like, well, I mean, they're the ones choosing to be out here in the winter storm. If they want to get paid, let them get it. That's just how I like, like taking care of blind people. Sometimes we rely on deliveries and stuff. It's just easier sometimes. Mostly it's just relies on me, but like we're always about convenience. And it's just like, well, if they want to be out there, they want to get paid to do this, we might as well, do it. Especially because, we always stitch pretty well. That's mostly when we go out and I don't have my car. I gotta go work. I'll have to watch on the replay, but have fun. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for coming, Vash. Also, know you guys aren't blind. Vash was just messaging me on Discord. We're moving on to the arm. I may get a little bit quiet because the ADHD is doing its thing. It's doing its ADHD-ness. And I gotta make sure I don't just start like randomly just sketching or going really slow and forgetting what I was doing. But if you guys have any questions or you just want to chat, just let me know. I am still looking at chat every so often at least. I may be watching something, but I will be checking on chat pretty often. So, actually, don't need that. I forget. Thumbs. Fingers are going to be a little bit different. So we're just going to put like vague finger shapes for now. We're not going to get into that yet. We're not going to torture ourselves with unnecessary fingers. I will take the opportunity for 2 less fingers anytime. Said Mickey Mouse when they decided to give him 4 fingers. He just wants 4 fingers. That was just the ADHD coming in. I'm so sorry. I'm concentrating. I will. I'll shut up. So I will probably stop once I finish Vash's sketch for now, because I'm getting pretty hungry. I haven't eaten. I got a little bit of water at least, so I'm gonna drink some of that. But I haven't eaten yet. And I don't know, I was talking about craving pizza. I can make pizza pasta at least to help deal with the craving. But we still got a couple of steps with Poltervash, so it'll still be a little bit for a while. I'm just gonna put like a mystery spot here to remind me that there's like some kind of toe area I gotta look up again. We're gonna do some vague circles here for the toes. Just to remind me how they look like. It's still a sketch. I'm just being really lazy. But still being careful. It kind of looks like her toenails, so that kind of works. Still gotta keep the shape of the foot. I was mostly just trying to use the circles to remind myself to put some depth, but that actually kind of worked pretty well as toenails. Alright, so we've traced over the whole model and brought it into 2D space a little bit more. I gotta do the nose real quick, actually. I like to have them marked there. So it's gonna be a lot more subtle because of the angle. Something like that for now. And we are going to start going over it and adding the stylistic side of my stuff. I'm going to try watching something. Let me know. Yell at me. I hope it doesn't pick up. Okay, yeah, it's letting me watch stuff. Fine. Okay. Again, I know she has like the big troll ears, so we're just gonna get the logo really planned out. I feel like she would have a little bit more pronounced ears as well. The fingers are giving me trouble. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Alright, so put the 2 basic poses down. I feel like the leg is a little bit off here. How dare. Hi, Sleepy. Sorry I missed you. I was really focused. And hi, Sokotoa. It's been a while. Sokotoan. I don't know why she does that sometimes. So we got these 2 sketches done. We got at least the poses at least. I'm actually pretty happy with how these are turning out. What you up to? Well, I am working on a couple of projects. I'm kind of switching between 2 at the moment. This is going to be for one of my my guild members, Vela. This was an art raffle prize that she won from the I was trying. I don't even think I managed to do anything for stream for it, but I was trying to help out one of my friends with a donathon, and we raised some money to help her out, so that's great. And I was giving them art raffle tickets for every $1 that they donated. She won the art raffle, so I was gonna be drawing something for her. That was a couple months ago, so I really gotta catch up on it. So this is CEO's character. We got the pose down for that one. I'm gonna let them look at it and let me know if they want it, if they like this pose, if they want to make any changes to proportions before I start really adding in the details. And then we got Soldier Vash. This one is a commission. That I was willing. I rarely do commissions. I really wanted to get some fun money, and Soldier Vash was the one that called dibs on it. I may end up having another one from a close friend who just came back to World of Warcraft, so I would love to help him because I'm pretty sure he wants some references done of his characters. So I'll be happy to help him out. I know those characters really well. I would love to be able to capture the aesthetic. She wanted this character in kind of a, like a Titanic rose pose of, draw me like one of your French girls kind of situation. So that's how this is turning out. And it took me a bit to figure out the hand a little bit. The hand is a little bit but the toes were really easy. I got to make sure I get the back heel toe they got according to Vash. I'm not sure how pronounced it is, but I'll be adding it in. But I'm going to throw these at them and ask them, like, hey, do you want any changes before I start adding in the details? But I'm liking how it's turning out so far. It's looking so good. Thank you, Sleepy. Luckily, I am planning to do some more art streams because they're really all I can do right now. I was really unmotivated because I couldn't actually stream all the games I'd love to play, and it was really bumming me out. I was in Olympia's stream recently when we were doing our fundraiser for Olympia. So that was a lot of fun. And yeah, so it's just I'm gonna try to make up for it until I can be able to save up for a PC, a proper PC. Deets is really nice and help put a parts list together for something cheap, something to help me at least stream. So I can get back to it and hopefully save up for some upgrades as time goes by. Soul's gonna be helping me with that also. I don't know how often I'm gonna be streaming because I'm being kept pretty busy. I'm still trying to look for a job now that I'm in a new system. And I've got my other community that I'm also running, and we're just wrapping up a big milestone in our project. That's the whole thing. For now, we're gonna go ahead and leave it at that. Let Soldier Vash and Kavexi look at these and let me know what they think, and then we'll eventually get back to it. Well, I probably stream it as I work on it. Most likely I'm going to try to when I get the time. How dare. No, I'm going to go. That's the only reason I'm stopping right now. I would have sketched something else instead, started on another project. But I haven't eaten. I'm hungry. I need to get some water. And yeah, we'll get back to this another time. Maybe I'll get back to it tomorrow. We'll see. Most likely I will. Well, Skull's at work, so we'll figure it out. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and stick around. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute, but we're gonna go ahead and do a stream raid. It is, and looks like we're gonna go with a spirit shift who is snowed in like I am. That's a whole thing. But yeah, if you guys ever want to catch up, I'm still in the Cyberspace Collective. I'm going to be trying to be active again because I know I've been really, it's been a whole thing with the holidays and moving and just my laptop being a complete butt. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and go raid Spirit Shift. He's a good friend. I always appreciate him for taking care of drunken me when I was really out at one time, and he took care of me while I was playing games. So yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Spirit. It's been a long while. We'll hopefully get some more raids done in the near future. But I will see you guys. This has been your gracious ghost of Jelly Ghost. You guys have a good rest of your week if I don't catch you.
A purple ghost in the machine, a virus with a new purpose unseen, mocking those who let their guard down. Now a protector in the shadows she's found. Lost in a world of binaries, where friends and foes blur with ease. A ghost exit haunting the dark web, seeking justice for the innocent's reprieve. Doubt consumes her mind, the line between good and evil undefined. The ghost virus, the keeper of the code, locking away the malice. In the darkness I call home, guardian of the data, protecting the digital realm. But the darkness inside me sometimes takes control. Friends rally to her side as she battles the virus, urges she can't hide. Quarantined until she finds her way back to the light from the dark she strayed. A protector with a taste for vengeance against those who so digital malevolence. Her heart torn between righteousness and wrath in the cyber war path. A ghost in the